I'm going to be turning edit on release off for 1 week to see how much I can improve. This is how my mechanics look with edit on release on, and so far this is how they're looking with it off. My goal by the end of the week is to have my mechanics look the exact same as they do with edit on release on. On day 1, I wanted to spend all my time in creative while trying to get used to this huge adjustment. My goal right now is to get used to clicking my edit bind 2 times by practicing beginner level edit courses. The reason I've decided to turn edit on release off is because I feel like the pros of having it off outweigh the pros of having it on. I'm hoping to improve my crosshair placement and my peaks by turning edit on release off. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do this by the end of the week. After doing some edit courses, I decided to free build using a slow speed. This once again helped me to improve on clicking my edit bind twice. I try to stick to simple edits, but I was still messing up because I haven't played on edit on release off in like 3 or 4 years. It was a little frustrating not having the mechanical skill I used to have, but it was only day 1, so I didn't want to be too hard on myself. After free building on a slow speed, I decided to do some piece control tunnels. This is where I started doing different unique edits. I was still messing up some edits, but I could see the improvement so far. I wasn't trying to do anything too complex, I just needed to keep practicing. Now I decided to head over to the piece control drills where I did the easier ones to start off. The first drill practices any form of piece control you want. I just mainly tried doing different edits here. For drill number 2, this one helped me to practice coning my opponent then doing a right hand peek. If you guys want to check out these different drills, I recently made a video where I go over how each and every one of them work. I continue to go through the drills while focusing on maintaining consistent edits and peeking the right way. After doing some piece control drills, I decided to test my skill in box fights. I tried playing patiently while also keeping in mind to do safe peeks and nothing too advanced. My plan for the next couple of days is to stay in creative until I feel comfortable heading into a real game. I wanted to stick to box fights before heading into build fights or zone wars because that's where you need to be building a lot. Heading into day 2, I started off by free building on a slow speed. I did this as a warm up since I just got on, but also to see if I've improved. Me personally, I think my mechanics look the same and I probably won't see improvement until day 3 or day 4. After free building on a slow speed, I went on a normal speed and I actually felt some improvement. I was still messing up, but on a normal speed I did feel like my edits were better than yesterday. Maybe I just needed a warm up. After free building, I headed over to the edit courses like yesterday where I did the beginner level ones. I was focused on getting used to clicking my edit button twice. If you guys did want to use this map to warm up or even follow my routine that I'm using to get used to edit on release off, I'll leave the code in the description or you could type in Unreal Practice Map. I felt a lot more consistent than yesterday while doing these edit courses, so I decided to hop into the more advanced ones. I was messing up a little bit on these edit courses, but I still felt comfortable while doing them. I just made sure to go at my own pace. After doing the edit courses, I did edit downs where I felt like I was editing pretty consistently, but still not as fast as I used to. Now I decided to do some piece control drills, but unlike yesterday, today I decided to do the more advanced ones. My main focus is still to consistently hit edits. I finished off the day by doing zone wars where I was able to practice more of my mechanics against real players. On day 3 I did some free building to get warmed up, but I also did it to track my progress. I was only free building for about 10 minutes before I decided to do some edit courses. Once again, I did the beginner ones where I was really consistent and I was rarely messing up. I also did some of the advanced edit courses, and then I decided to do some box fights with a friend. I was focusing on my angles, but I was also trying to play a bit more aggressive. I didn't want to play slow paced anymore because I want to force myself to play faster and to get used to situations where I need to make quick edits and decisions. After finishing up box fights, I ended the night off with playing build fights. Heading into day 4, I started off by free building. Right now, I'm using free building as a way to track my progress. You could tell on day 1 my mechanics were horrible, but now on day 4 I'm feeling the improvement and you can even see it. After free building, I headed over to the edit courses and did the advanced ones. My edits were consistent, but it was obvious I still needed to keep practicing since there was a few times I was messing up. I headed over to the edit downs and felt like I was editing faster here too, but I also felt like I was messing up a few edits along the way. I ended off the night with some forever zone wars so I could focus on applying everything I've been practicing into some real fights. Heading into day 5, I went straight into zone wars. I'm going to be completely honest, this is all I did on day 5. It's not a bad thing at all though, because I got to practice fighting against real people for a long period of time, which will get me used to different situations that I might be put in. I do feel like on day 5 my skill felt the way it used to. I wasn't messing up as much as I used to in the previous days. Zone wars helped me to practice my mechanical skill in ways where I can't really practice them in box fights. Before I end off day 5, I decided to do some piece control tunnels. My plan was to keep doing the same thing every day so I could keep seeing the progress over time. I think I was being a little too confident with my edits and that's why I was messing up a bit, but other than that, I feel like my mechanics are looking really good so far. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be this quick before I saw improvement. Before I head into day 6, I want to show you guys something to help you improve at Fortnite. So recently I became an affiliate with a masterclass made by Destiny Jesus. He has 2 main masterclasses that I think are really useful right now. The solo masterclass will help you learn and prepare for the meta to help you make your first earnings. It's helped over 600 people get their first earnings, and my plan is to start using it when I start playing tournaments again next season. I'm going to be using this masterclass to help me get better in solos since this is where I struggle a lot. The next one is the FNCS masterclass. This one will help you learn how to play as a duo and help you to qualify past all the different rounds in FNCS. I used this masterclass last season and I was able to make it to round 4 of FNCS. The masterclass has free updates and lifetime access, so go check the link out in my description. Heading into day 6, I started off with free building where I can see the difference. My mechanics finally felt normal and the way they did before I turned edit on release off. The only thing is that I would still mess up edits when I was editing too much. After free building, I decided to 1v1 my friend and practice different angles before heading into ranked. While playing ranked, my skill finally felt normal in game. I wasn't messing up at all. I think since I've spent the last 5 days practicing edit courses, piece control practice, and playing zone wars and box fights, I was well prepared to be playing ranked again. Before I head into the final day, I do want to show you guys more of what my map has to offer. Starting off with the aim training where there's 10 different scenarios that you could choose from. Each different scenario targets different aspects of aim which are all important. Then I have a mechanics training section with a free building section that I've been using in this video and the edit courses that I've been using too. There's also peak training, which is a new feature, and I also added in crosshair placement practice, which not too many other maps have. Lastly, the piece control section has different tunnels and drills that I've also been using throughout the video, so make sure to check this out. Heading into the final day, I started off with free building. Immediately, I could tell I was basically at my normal skill in terms of mechanics. If you compare my mechanics before edit on release was off, they're almost identical to how it looks with it off. If you're someone who wants to switch, I do recommend it, but only if you're at a point where you're good at the game already. It only took me around 7 days until I was able to start feeling the same skill. I finished off day 7 by 1v1ing my friend where it felt normal. I wasn't messing up as much and I was finally feeling like I got my skill back. After free building, I did some piece control drills just to compare my skill. This was almost the same thing I did on day 5, but I did all the drills I hadn't done yet. I tried being consistent, but also going fast because I was finally feeling comfortable. I think the reason I progressed so much over the span of a week was because I stayed consistent. I've already watched over the whole video and it was really cool seeing the progression day by day. I thought it was going to take me much longer because other times I had tried turning edit on release off, I would just quit and turn it back on later in the day. So one tip I could give is that if you're going to switch to edit on release off, you need to stick to it and not give up. Overall, I think this was a good decision for me. I think that it's definitely worth trying. If it doesn't go well, you could turn it back on. If you enjoyed this style of video of watching me improve over the course of 7 days, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also check out this video.